Let's start. Welcome to another edition of the Goalpost. I'm your host, Oluwamayowa. I'm not alone. I have Solomon and Collins making a return. I know the last time we spoke, um, there was a Champions League final that was yet to be played. There was also, um, a Collins that was hoping that probably maybe Arsenal will bottle it, but it seems Collins is smiling. Solomon, good morning. How are you feeling this morning?
Morning, Mr. Mayo. I'm very well. I'm good. I mean, wonderful end to the season for us. Had a trophy parade yesterday. It was a beautiful evening. So, I mean, couldn't have asked for much more.
Hmm, interesting. Collins, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. It's a beautiful day. Happy New Month to all of you. And uh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing very much okay.
Temilulu, how are you doing? Good morning.
Yeah, I'm doing good and fine. Good morning. Happy New Month to everybody. Sure hope you're doing good and fine.
Yeah. Well, everybody's doing good and fine. Let's start from the home scene before we get into the Arsenal debacle and the rest of that. I know, Collins, you can't wait to go at Solomon, and I know Temilulu is also hiding somewhere to throw jabs. Let's start from the home scene. Um, there has been a report about EPL clubs interested in signing Victor Osimhen. The latest is Manchester United trying to track down Victor Osimhen and trying to bring him into the club. I will start with you, Kemlolua. Do you think Manchester United actually needs a Victor Osimhen, and also he's 27 and his price tag is about 75 million? Do you think it will be a good deal for a Manchester United?
Okay, I think the move is not necessarily going to happen, but I think all of these rumors are just an indicator that Osimhen is going to be on the move. Going to Manchester United, I don't see that happening because they considered him before they got Sesko. So for the fact that they went for Sesko ahead of Osimhen tells you the direction that they're going towards. So I don't think Manchester United are really interested in getting Osimhen. Understand? But there's undoubted let me say, an undoubted picture. You understand that Osimhen would eventually make the move. If it is to the Premier League, we don't know. You understand, but I think yes, he'll be on the move. But to Manchester United, I doubt. You understand, because when you look at their transfer strategy, I don't think Osimhen fits into that ideology.
That's interesting. Solomon, do you think moving to a Manchester United would be a good fit for, an Osimhen? I mean, Manchester United is way bigger. And it seems if you go by what they were able to do in the last 17 games of the season that Carrick took over, they were very, very fantastic. They catapulted themselves into the third position. And it seems the future looks bright. Do you think Osimhen is the striker that they are looking for that probably deliver titles to them come next season?
Oh, I quite agree with Timmy when he said, it's just so much. But going by what we've seen so far, Osimhen has been stated that he wants to remain with Galatasaray. Although, even as Tim said that these rumors they have an iota of truth in them. They cannot just be rumors. They have an iota of truth in them that maybe most likely Osimhen might just be moving away from Galatasaray. Is Manchester United the best option? I also don't think so because I think Benjamin Sesko is going to be the number 9 man for Manchester United. And if you're going to make him the number 9, if you're going to give him the number 9 jersey, it obviously means that you are cementing his place as your striker. It obviously means you're cementing his place as a striker. And if you go by Carrick's, what's it called now, Carrick's style of play, just in 17 games last season, he did not necessarily use a striker, right? It was not until maybe like second half of the game that you bring on Benjamin Sesko. Most times, most of the matches you would have Amadiado and Mbeumo up front, not necessarily using a main striker, so to speak. So, of course, this changes in some games, but then again, as I said, I do not think that Osimhen is going to be um, the player for Manchester United. Yeah.
irrespective of the fact that Manchester United will be competing on all front. Do you think the move? Do you think Manchester United need an Osimhen, or do you think maybe it will be well suited for a Chelsea side?
No, I don't think he's going to be well suited for a Chelsea side. Right now, I don't think he's going to be well. I think Manchester United uh is going to be a better fit at Manchester United. Um, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
All right, I think it's going to be a well-suited fit at Manchester United because, like Mr. Solomon said, they didn't match. I watched Manchester United under carry because I was impressed with what the way he was playing. You understand? And these guys didn't need strikers most of the times. You understand? So, but now with signing of Victor Osimhen is a huge presence. There's going to be a huge presence in the box. Strike and defenders fear him and all of that. You understand? And that way you can drag Kuna wide, you can drag Mbemo wide. You understand? And let Victor Osimhen do his thing in the box. You understand? This guy is a huge area threat. We also what Bruno Fernandes did last season. Do you understand? Highest assist ever in the Premier League. That's something that's going to benefit Victor Osimhen if he can if he goes to Manchester United because he's not going to lack supply. You understand? Because if a player like Victor Osimhen, apart from the player, we all know Victor Osimhen is a hustle player. He can hustle for his ball. He can hustle for his own stop ball. He's a striker. Strikers always need delivery. You understand? Whether you're a hustle player or not. You understand? And with the likes of BMO, Kuna, Bruno Fernandes, you understand? I think he's going to thrive there. He's going to thrive there. He's going to thrive. And if there is a better fit, if you're asking me the better fit between Chelsea and Manchester United, it's Manchester United at this point. Do you understand? We still have Joao Pedro, and I don't think he's going anywhere. So,
okay, that's fantastic. Still sticking to the transfer news. Another of our striker, Ademola Lookman, it seems Atletico Madrid they are ready to let him go, and the issue is stemming from um, Ademola Lookman struggling with the tactical formation of Diego Simeone. We all thought that Diego Simeone was leaving at the end of the season, but it seems Diego Simeone will be staying, and Ademola Lookman might have issues in terms of fitting into Diego Simeone's style of play. There are reports that the Spanish side are open to listen to bid to listen to transfer for the striker. Temilolo, I will ask you: do you think it's too soon for Ademola Lookman to start looking for another club in the EPL? That's number one. And number two, which club in the EPL do you think the profile of Ademola Lookman actually suits? There's also news that there's also a rumor that um, clubs in Turkey, especially Galatasaray, is also interested in bringing in the forward. Do you think that that's something Ademola Lookman should look at?
When you also look at Ademola Lookman's career, he has always been on the move. You understand, from Charlton to Everton to Fulham to Leipzig, you understand, to Atalanta, he has always been on the move. And him moving to Atletico Madrid was a step up. But the problem now is Diego Simeone's tactics sometimes, you understand, those attacking minded players, as in he does their morale. He did the same thing too with Jao Felix. They bought Jao Felix for over 100 and something million. You understand? First few games, Jao Felix played well, and then afterwards, Jao Felix became a shadow of himself. So there's a particular criteria that Diego Simeone requires from his attacking minded players. You understand that sometimes it's not always the best. Yes, understand the fact that they have to track back, they have to defend, they have to, but there are sometimes that doing these things limit their output in front. They are called attackers. You understand? So sometimes doing this, and Simeone is this kind of person that he likes his players to run, run, run. And Ademola Lookman doesn't look like somebody that can run, sprint for 90 minutes. You understand? So I think that is where we are starting to get the mismatch now. And I think Simeone is not doing any better. You understand? In trying to look for a way to fit Lookman but I think maybe Simeone can be a very defensive manager. You understand? So I think that's where they are having the mismatch, wanting Ademola Lookman to be defensive as well, and it is disturbing his output. You can see his first 5 6 games, he played fantastically well. That was when he was given freedom. But now he has been given a duty to defend, to do this, you understand? Then the output is not really there. So I think moving will be the best thing for him. And Atletico Madrid has put him on that stage that yes, there is actually a very good player in Lookman.
Okay, that's fantastic. Solomon, do you think? I mean, before Ademola Lookman made the move from Atlanta to Atletico Madrid, I think he should have done his own visibility study to confirm if he was able to fit into the coach. I mean, how do you move less than 1 year and you're already talking about moving again? Doesn't that put a dent on your career that you don't know what you are doing and you don't do your groundwork before you jump and sign a contract?
No, not at all. I mean, I do not think he puts a dent on his career, right? Yes, I mean, when Timmy was talking, I was also thinking about it. I'm like, if you are going to sign for Atletico Madrid, you already know that your work is cut out for you, right? But then again, there was a Julian Alvarez who came to Man City, and I think even a year later was asking to leave, right? And then left for Atletico Madrid. Although I think it was majorly because Alan was the main striker for Man City at the time, right? And he has tried under Diego Simeone in Atletico Madrid. And coming back to Ademola Lookman, I was thinking about this morning and I was asking myself, I hope this will not be a Kylian Mbappe situation right now because we saw what happened with Kylian Mbappe and with Enrique at PSG, towards the end of Mbappe's career with PSG. We saw a video come out where Enrique was asking him to defend. If you do not have the ball, let people know that you are the best defender out there. It doesn't. We know very well about your attacking ability. That is never in question. We know what you can do up front. We have seen you perform for one of the biggest stage in Europe. You made it happen against Bayern Leverkusen, right? So we see you do it. We see it over time. But can we see you also defend? And guess what? For instance, now, if you are not a Liverpool side, and brought in someone like Barcelona now that's also a very, very attacking minded, coach and he's just wanting to play and all that, right? I think that I think there's a team right now that you would go to and you would not see that to come back. Right? Coaches right now are expecting you to go all out and also come back to defend. It's the whole institution now. You go all out to attack, you also come back to defend. And if you are not able to do that, I think that obviously making the move is very important to do right now because he needs to find a system that works for him. And as it is, even the next format allowing him to, have the opportunity to really tell that maybe just maybe they are leaving him their side of for the season, especially because now the is still, in charge. So as Ademola Lookman, if he's not going to try if he's not going to and he wants to keep his status quo, then obviously let's go Madrid. That's what he has to do.
That's fantastic. I mean, Collins, it seems Chelsea is in the market to buy anything buyable. Even if a toddler can score goal, even if a toddler is available and the toddler can score goal, I know Chelsea will be interested. Since a whole lot of English clubs are looking at Ademola Lookman, do you think which club do you think would Ademola Lookman come and he'll be able to fit in? Remember, he had some not so good experience while playing in the EPL. Remember, he was with Fulham, he was with Everton, and he did turn out well until he left, and that was when we begin to see the best of him. Do you think it's much more better for him to come back, or he should explore other leagues since he had already tried England before and that did not work out on the first try?
Um, there are a couple of teams interested in him, according to what I saw. As Arsenal is there, Liverpool is there, PSG is there, Juventus is there, Juventus and the other team in SerieA. Just these are the teams interested in him. You understand? So, but I didn't see any Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea are interested in him. Even if I feel that we may need the services, you understand? But speaking of the clubs interested in him, I think it's going to be a better fit at either Arsenal or Liverpool because you look at Arsenal left options in left wing. That's Trossard, right? Or Martinelli. Do you understand? And I feel like when it comes because Ateta is the kind of manager that wants his wingers to always cut him. You understand? He always cuts him. You understand? And we all know Ademola is fast. Lookman is fast. You understand? It's a very good decision maker when he's in the box. You understand? You just have to get him in the box. You understand? And I see him excelling under Mikel Arteta. You understand? And that's the truth because I don't even think there's anything Trossard better him at right now. You understand? I don't think there's anything Trossard does better than Ademola Lookman right now. You understand? How about Liverpool? Cody Gakpo is their left wing option. Yes, Cody Gakpo is their left wing option. That one too is not better than Lookman. Am I being biased because I'm in Nigeria? Maybe. But Cody Gakpo is not better than Lookman. You understand? If he cannot work out at Liverpool or if he cannot work out at Arsenal, which other option am I seeing? I'm not seeing any other club in the Premier League, just these two. You understand? You should go to PSG because PSG are also interested. You should go to PSG. There's no way he's going to bench that guy with the long name, Kwabara, this thing. There's no way he's going to bench it. But this is going to be a very
Kvaratskhelia.
what? Okay, Quaravella. Okay, there's no way he's going to bench Quaravella, but it's what if you look at your bench and you're seeing Ademola Lookman is as a substitute to Quaravella wants to come up. That's a boost already. You understand? It's a very backup. It's a very good backup for Quaravella. You understand? So you can see that is either these three things for me, either Liverpool